Good afternoon, everyone. This is Uma Shankar from Voice of VIP. So, welcome to our 11th webinar on exploring the career opportunities in private sectors for visually impaired. So, in this session, we are going to focus upon the challenges and the opportunities and the important attitudes that we need to have to get into the private sector. So, before starting up the meeting, this meeting is going to be recorded and uploaded on YouTube. So, if anybody has any problem with that, please do make note of it. Also, I'm going to mute everybody and I'm not going to allow anybody to unmute. I am sorry for being a little dictative here, but to ensure a smoother experience, this is bound to be done. So, hi Ritu. So,
yeah, hi Uma.
over to you. Yes.
Okay, my voice is audible and clear?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, no background noises, just wanted to check from my end.
Not at
all. Okay, all right. So, good afternoon, everyone. I hope you all are doing well and keeping safe in this, lockdown crisis time across the globe. I am Ritu Parna. I work with Enable India in Bangalore, and maybe most of you know about Enable India. It is an organization. We are an NGO, and we work towards the economic independence of persons with disabilities across the country. And overall we have touched disabilities, 14 kinds of disabilities, and we have helped people to get gainful employment into various sectors and earn a dignified livelihood for themselves. Also, we are constantly working towards skill upgradation and capacity building of persons who are uh, persons with disability, basically. And so we have our reach. We are a pioneering organization. We are an international award winning NGO because of our 20 great work since the last 20 years. And so we are a registered trust in Karnataka, and it's as per the 1999 thing. And so this is what a little bit about Enable India. Today we are talking about scope and opportunities available for persons with vision impairment in the private sector, or let's say the career scope in private sector for persons with vision impairment. So before going ahead, I would like to know, maybe from few of you, what you understand by career. What does career mean to you? We all have our different definitions. We all have our different mindsets. We all have our own description about career. We all have different notions about career because it's very dynamic. It differs from person to person. So just wanted to understand from few of you, what do you actually mean by when you say I want to pursue my career in so and so, I want to become so and so, I want to do well in this field, or I want to do excel in this particular field. So that means you want to develop your career in a particular way. You want to achieve your goals through your career in some specific way. So I just wanted to know from most of you, I would be happy to know, but keeping the time in mind, if you few of them can raise your hands, and you can just tell me what do you think about career, how important it is for you, or what does it mean to you. So Uma, can we just see who all are raising hands and we can allow them to speak? Uma, you there?
Yes. So, guys, you can unmute yourself. I mean, you can raise your hand. So we'll ask you to unmute.
Raise your hands, and yeah, let's just maintain some decorum. Let's just not, let's just be talk one by one so that we can actually hear what everyone is saying and can understand also. Anybody interested? You can just unmute and go ahead. Please go ahead. That will happen. That will make me understand your perspective, and we can actually drive the session in a very productive manner. So I would urge all of you Whoever wants to speak, please go ahead. Please feel free. This is just a session for us to, break the ice, know more about certain things, enjoy the learning. Just feel very free to, put up your point.
Hi, ma'am. Am I audible?
Yes, your name,
Yes, you're audible.
please.
Hi, ma'am. I'm
Yes,
Venkatesh.
you are audible. Your name, please.
I'm Venkatesh.
Hi, Venkatesh. Hi, Venkatesh. Please go ahead.
Yes, ma'am. As for my opinion, career is a growth where we can be a economic, independent, and where we can achieve our goals and uh, these things. Yeah, as my point of view, that is the career.
Okay, it's very, very good, very good. Sounds really, good, logical, and sensible. Anybody else who would like to put up their point?
Uh,
And there's
Priya,
nothing. Let me tell you, there's nothing wrong and right in it. You just have to voice your point and
yeah,
perspective.
Ritu, we have Priya here. So Priya, you can unmute yourself and talk.
Go ahead, Priya.
Hello.
Yes, Priya, go ahead.
Hi, Ritu ma'am. This is Kriya.
Hi,
And,
Priya.
According to me, career is something like where we can build up our future, and we can set our goals.
Wonderful, wonderful. So we all have different definitions, right, regarding what we think, how should our career be. Anybody else? Thank you, Kriya. Anybody else? Let's just hear what are different, what do you all think? Is there nothing wrong and right? I'm again repeating. Please go ahead if you have anything to say.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, Praveen, tell me.
Yeah, thank you for that. No, according to me, what do I feel is career, as you said, it is something that which the accomplishment of vision with our with our caliber and the charismatic approach which we go ahead for the accomplishment of tasks that we have already preset.
Wonderful again. Very nice. I'm so glad that we are having different perspectives, and it all, that's why I'm saying it's very dynamic. It varies from person to person. So it's very interesting and, very exciting to know what each of you have something in your mind regarding career. So, if anybody else would like to go ahead, we still have time. Please go ahead. Thank you, Praveen.
I think we can just go ahead.
All right,
Yeah.
no problem. Thank you so much, Kriya, Praveen, Venkatesh. It was lovely knowing your perspective. So, going forward. So, I believe, and I'm quoting someone here, a very prominent world leader, that the best way to predict your future is to carve it through your own career. So, we all have dreams about our future. We all have very high hopes about our future, but how do we actually you know how do we actually reach there? How do we actually materialize it? It's just if we have, or we create a good career for ourselves. Now, what is career? What do we mean by career? And we talk so much about it right now in these days. Having a career is so important. You may be hearing your parents saying that, you may be having your teachers saying that, your peers, friends, relatives, everybody is now so much career oriented. And regardless of the aspects that we have, like our background, the socio-economic conditions that we have, our educational background, the physical conditions that we have, or the geographies that we come from. So regardless of all these factors, we all, at some point or the other, would like to achieve something for ourselves and carve out a successful career for ourselves. Now, having said all of these, like all of you are saying, all three of you have your own perspective. Like we just could hear from all three of you right now. So you all have your different perspective, despite all three of you being different individuals and coming from different backgrounds. So there's nothing hard and fast rule. We all know that having a career doesn't, we need not fulfill some criteria. Having said that, it's after all a journey which gets built over the right learning, exposure, and experience. So what do we actually need to build this career? We all have our aspirations. And what are aspirations? Aspirations are the hopes or the ambitions that we need, that we build up to achieve something. That strong desire we all have to achieve our career is the aspirations. Now, between aspirations and your career, there has to be some connect. You just by having aspirations, hopes, and dreams or ambitions, you cannot achieve your career. So now, what is that connect? What is that connect that bridges the gap between your aspirations, between your ambitions, and the right kind of career that you want to have for yourself? That is the right awareness, the right kind of information that you need to have to build up your career. So right now what we are doing is we are building awareness. We are generating awareness. Like today, the session is about possibilities and the scope of working in the private sector for persons with vision impairment. Now, how do you know about it? Only if you have the right kind of information, only if you have the right kind of awareness, only then you will be able to pursue towards it. Only then you will be able to take the next step towards it. So the major thing that you all need to, and we all need to focus upon right now, is having the right kind of awareness and the information required so that you can actually build your career. And therefore, the objective of this particular session today is how do you build your hopes and aspirations for your career through the right kind of awareness. Now, awareness definitely plays a crucial role, and without it, it's very impossible to get a direction to build up your career. So we will consider awareness, this particular platform, from now onwards as the first step towards building your career. So why is career important? We all have our own reasons. I mean, Uma Shankar may be having his own reason. I have my own reason. Kriya must be having her own reason. So we all have our own reasons for why we should build a career for ourselves. It may be just, it's a feel-good factor for someone. It may be because you want to be independent. It also may be because you want to be financially independent. It may be because you want to contribute to your family income. So we all have our own reasons to build our career. And it's very, very important to identify this, because unless you identify this first step, why you want to build a career, going forward will not, be easy, because you don't have a drive to, you will not have a drive to, which will, help you move forward to build your career. Now, I like the way Kriya, Venkatesh, you all said, Praveen, that you need to have some goals. Now, what is goal? Goals, for example, are set to achieve your career. Let's take very, very simple examples. For example, let's say to score well in exams is your goal, to have a better future, or to learn good communication skills, or to learn spoken English, or maybe to learn how to use a cane to walk independently around, or maybe to learn computers and work efficiently on par with your sighted peers. So these are all the goals that we have in order to achieve our career. It may sound like right now a bit, story kind of you, but it will actually develop your foundation to move towards your career. So there are interesting stories that I'll be coming up now. For example, setting a goal is not enough. We need to actually stay focused on that goal. And I'll just give you a very interesting example. You all must be knowing Hitler, and in Germany, the kind of, because of Hitler, people had to go through a lot of difficult times. He had set up concentration camps in Germany where he used to torture the Jewish people. And so there was, out of all these people, there was one person who was very adamant and very focused that one day he will get out of that concentration camp. And despite the kind of tortures that they were going through, you and me can't even imagine the kind of torture those people had to go through at that time. So I think that goal that he had set in his mind, that, you know, sometime I will be out of this place, I will have a good life for myself, I will earn money, I will wear good clothes, I will eat good food. So that's goal that he had set for himself, that focused thing. Actually, you know, you would be surprised to know, when all this got over after the World War, among the 5 people who came out alive from that concentration camp, he was one of them. You know, there were many deaths which happened. So but he survived all these difficulties. It was only because of that strong goal that he had. So having said that, it all differs from person to person. The reason I'm saying this to you is, we all need to set that goal for ourselves. We all need to identify what is driving us crazy to, you know, what is the driving force which is actually moving, which will actually enable us to take the steps forward in building a career. Now, let's take a very, it's very silly, this example, but I would like you to understand the moral of the story. So if I give you a chocolate in your hand, and I ask you, let's say, Uma Shankar, एक chocolate दे रही हूँ आपके हाथ में, मुट्ठी बंद करो, and I want you to have the chocolate, enjoy the taste of the chocolate without opening your hand, the fist, basically. So he would be actually mad at me, right? Ye kya, what is ma'am saying? You know, how can I have a chocolate by just, you know, if the chocolate is inside my fist, without opening my fist, how can I have a chocolate? And how can I enjoy the taste of the chocolate? And he's true. So अगर एक simple सा छोटी सी chocolate खाने के लिए, if you want to enjoy the taste of that chocolate, you will have to do what? You will have to actually, you know, open your fingers one by one, 1, 2, 3. You know, you can all do this right now and feel that, you know, that the power of this simple example. You can close your fist and just see if something is, let's say there's a chocolate or just an imaginary chocolate inside your fist, okay? And you open each finger one by one, and then hold the chocolate, unwrap it, you know, open the wrapper. Then what do you do? You put the chocolate inside your mouth, and then only you get to taste it. You know, then only you enjoy having a chocolate. So, moral of the story is, अगर एक simple से एक छोटी सी chocolate खाने के लिए, we have to take certain steps. You know, you buy the chocolate, hold it, open your finger, like, open the chocolate, then eat it. So these are like simple steps just to have a chocolate. So imagine when we talk about a career, which is so important for us, okay, which is actually shaping our future. How just imagine the kind of steps that you need to build up your career. So definitely you'll have to take several steps, you know, to move towards your career. So now I will just give you a few examples to you. When we say goal setting, now Kriya said about goal setting, and Praveen said about goal setting. So I'll just share few stories with you, which will actually make you understand, you know, which will actually maybe help you identify your own reason to build up your career. So we have our colleague at Enable India. He's a person with physical disability. He uses wheelchair to move from one place to another. He's from UP. Unka naam Dinesh hai, and he's a very efficient person in our entire organization. So I was very surprised to know his story basically. So he comes from a very rural background in UP, Uttar Pradesh. So sorry. He comes from a very rural background in Uttar Pradesh. And so when he was a child, he was still, I mean, of course, he was using a wheelchair then too. So he used to see his mother, walk long distances just to fetch buckets of water, safe drinking water. And, you know, he was feeling very helpless, very desperate, because he used to think that, oh my God, my mom has to do so much of hard work. And we all see our mothers doing hard work, you know, ghar ka kaam, bahar ka kaam, and they do so much, they're always busy. And even he felt that my mom is doing so much of hard work, and she has to walk miles to just get, you know, safe drinking water for her children. And I can't do anything for my mother or to, you know, help my family. And that thing, you know, it just drove him really mad. And he just decided that no matter what happens, I will build up my career. I will do something so that I actually build a tube well, or, have some water facilities right here at my home, so that my mother doesn't, or any of my family member doesn't have to walk miles. And just that particular thing actually helped him move forward. And today he's earning well. He's doing really well for himself. And aaj ki tarikh mein, and today's date, he has actually made everything possible. All the facilities are there in his home, in the village. So you have to actually identify. The reason I'm telling you the stories, you also have to actually identify before taking the next step. Another thing is, I'll tell you a story about my current boss. So I work in Enable India, I told, like, as mentioned to you in the beginning. So my current manager, his name is Moses Chaudhary. He's from Andhra Pradesh. He's a person with vision impairment again. So when he was a kid, he was not very interested in studies. He was very interested in sports and other outdoor activities. So his mother used to, because he was not taking interest in studies, he was not studying, putting his mind and attention to it. So what his mother used to do is, raat ko, every night, after doing her entire household work, she used to make him sit, and she used to read all the textbooks, whatever the daily lessons for him. And she actually had waters in her eyes, and she was very tired, and after doing the entire day's work. And somewhere Moses was like, no guys, this is not happening for me. I can't let my mother go through it because of my carelessness, or because I'm not interested in study. I have to do something for myself. And then he actually took it in his tribe, and he actually started focusing on his studies, so that he can build up a career for himself, so that whatever the hard times that his mother has spent in teaching him, and and giving time to him, and helping him focus on his studies, will someday make her happy that my boy has actually done something for himself. And today I feel absolutely so proud to tell all of you that my current manager actually had joined Enable India as an intern. I hope you all know who is an intern, like, who used to do all small projects, or help you in daily regular activities, or just an entrant, basically, as an intern, with a salary of 6,000 10 years ago. And today he is the program director in the same organization. So it's just that particular thing. He always says it's just that, what my mother had to go through, it just still drives me, forward, so that I do well for myself and for my family. So these are all, stories to actually help you, because unless and until you actually identify that particular drive in you, what are your dreams, what is that that is actually driving you, pushing you forward, unless you identify that, you will not be able to place yourself well in future. So now, having said all these things, now let's see where we all can make our career. Now there are three scopes, three major areas, options that we have, and we all know that one is government, one is private sector, and one is self-employment. Self-employment is when you are self-employed, you do your own work, small time work, big time work, you like your small businesses. Okay, so most of you know that persons with vision impairment have quota thing in government jobs now. But at the same time, although there are many people till now going into government jobs, and there's nothing wrong about it. I repeat, there's nothing wrong about it, because it also has its own advantages. But at the same time, this is not the only sector, or not the only option with us. However, government jobs, there are many benefits under government jobs. For example, we all know, job security, job stability. Then there are other benefits like, you get pension. Some government people who, in different sectors, they also get residence like quarters. So it has its own advantages. And we all see अभी भी till now we see अगर किसी को government job मिल गया है, then people celebrate and they distribute laddus or mithais and sweets. So it's a matter of prestige also, and which is very good also. So having said that, it has its own constraints and limitations also. The scope is very limited here, unlike the private sector, and also it can't capture a large audience at one given time. I mean, they have their own protocols, their own procedures. Ek time mein they will not hire a big bunch of people, and there are so many screenings, examinations that you have to go through. It happens in private sector also, but here the procedures are more stringent. And also, if the economy is not doing well, then filling of quota jobs becomes very difficult at the government sector, sector. And at the same time, your skills may not be very efficiently used in the government sector. I mean, you may be having a set of skills, which we will come to later, understanding skills, but you cannot, it may not be, I'm saying it may not be efficiently utilized in the government sector. But having said that, it has its own merits, like we just recently discussed. So I'm sorry. Similarly with self-employment, which is, you have your own businesses and all, and it's very passion driven. I mean, you have to be very passionate to start something of your own, to start an enterprise or start a venture. And of course, you can work there on your own terms and conditions. And at the same time, it has its own limitations also. It can be risky. You need to invest a lot of capital. It requires, depends on what kind of work you are doing. The investment can be very huge, and no security. In most of the cases, we see there's no security, no stability, and unless you have a very strong business plan, so, and there is also at the same time huge competition. So now, so mostly what we have seen is two options: private, government, and self-employment sector. Now, why we are saying is, today's thing is why it is about exploring possibilities of private sector, because it is booming and we all know that, and it has a large number of benefits and advantages to its side. For example, pay, like the pay is really good. You really get, no doubt that, I mean, I'm not denying that you don't get paid if you run your own business or you are in the government sector, but when we all know that private sector pays you well, if you are talented, if you are capable, if you do have the right skills, if you are competent, then you are actually paid well in the private sector. It's very financially rewarding. I mean, we can say it's very, very financially rewarding, and it has career options for scope for career progression. At the same time, whatever skills you have, whatever skill sets you have, are definitely efficiently utilized in the private sector, because it's very career oriented. And the better you perform, the higher you will have your growth. So these are all the benefits of private sector. You also definitely get better exposure, experience, and you get to network a lot across various spectrum. And definitely, therefore, the future prospect is, brighter and better for your own career. And also nowadays we see that private sector gives a lot of benefits. I mean, there's insurance covered, there's health insurance, there's various kinds of insurance. You can also own the stocks of your company. So all these things are, now the private sector is getting into it. And of course it has its own constraint and limitation. They don't give you pension like we see it in government sector, and sometimes there's no job security. But when you see the advantages are more, there's a lot of scope. There's a lot of scope, and we will understand about the scope when we talk about the job roles in detail in some time. So now that we are talking about the private sector, let me tell you that Enable India has opened up 291, that is 291 job roles for persons with disabilities, for persons with 11 kind of disabilities. And there are approximately 183 job roles for persons with vision impairment across 27 sectors. Now, when we say sectors, what are these sectors? For example, core service sector like IT sector. I hope you all know IT sector. Then your support level sector like ITES sector, that is information technology enabled services. Then your education sector, media sector, retail, healthcare, banking, and BFSI. These are some of the major sectors that we are talking about. BFSI is banking, financial services, and insurance. Now, I'll just run you through what are the major job roles, what are the major job roles that you can see in these sectors, and what are the companies which falls under these sectors. So a job role, let's say in the IT company, if you're a developer, you can be a developer, you can be an accessibility tester, a programmer, a network engineer, and the companies will be, for example, these are just examples: Cisco, IBM, Google, Uber, Ola. And for the ITES sector, the job roles, let's say customer care executive, data management executive, your service required service admin, MIS executive, database administration. And which kind of companies fall under this is Paytm, Cognizant, IBM, JP Morgan. So these are few companies that fall under this kind of sector. So also we have opened up job roles in the education sector. For example, job roles like teacher, your professors, lecturers, trainers, digital computer trainers, and companies, or the organizations can be schools, colleges. So when I say that, let me tell you that in my team, we have so education, let's discuss education and NGO sector, non-profit sector together. In my team, what we do is we provide digital literacy training and employability training to persons who, with vision impairment at Enable India. These trainings are both off-site trainings like at Enable India or with partner organizations, and online trainings. Online trainings are now, because of the everything shifting towards the virtual world because of COVID and everything. So we also have started online trainings. Now, who conducts all these trainings? 98%, in fact, almost 99-100% of our trainers are persons with vision impairment. Yeah. And they are all our alumni. They were our former candidates, and they are successfully now working as computer trainers, mobility trainers, and skill development trainers. So they're also working as help desk counselors at Enable India. So this is just to give you an example at Enable India that we have persons like 90, more than 95, 98% of the team, which is completely involved in the design of the entire programs, the courses, the trainings, and the campaigns that we have. Then, managing them, executing them, evaluation, and the decision making. All these are all done by persons with vision impairment, and they're done with very efficiently, very productively. They're very, very competent. Like anybody from the, I doubt, because I'm a sighted person. So for me, let me tell you, when I came into Enable India, when I started my career here at Enable India last year, I was surprised the way the people are so efficient. I mean, I was just telling my family that it's like a magic. And why is this all possible? Because they are so well trained, because they have actually worked on themselves. They have actually, they had a goal to make them reach towards their, make them shape up their career, and their skill sets are now improved, and they're just amazing. So similarly, when we talk to companies about our people, about the persons who have hired persons with vision impairment and other disabilities from Enable India, they also have similar kind of feedback that they are completely in par with the persons who are non-disabled. So just giving you, a trailer, it's this, because you need to understand the entire film, you have to come into the training, learn, and there is a longer procedure for that. But just now telling you how things are. And then moving to the media sector. So job roles, for example, like journalist or radio jockey, and the companies are Thomson Reuters, Radio Mirchi. You all know Radio Mirchi. I mean, we all know these things. So then another sector is HR. So the job roles would be HR executive, back office roles, email support executive, and the companies which fall under, I mean, where we have actually who have actually hired persons with disabilities are Big Basket, Wipro, Allegis, and finance sector may the job role which we have identified is financial analyst, and companies can be Goldman Sachs. So so this is just to give you a glimpse of, there are these many sectors where persons with vision impairment and other disabilities can work, and these are the companies who are hiring them, and these are the job roles that they can get into, provided they have the right kind of training and skill to pursue that. Now, before moving ahead to discuss few other job roles in detail, let us first understand on what basis do we select a job. What are the criterias that help us actually, select a job for ourselves, or that help us understand, okay, I want to go in this field, I want to pursue this. For example, I'm a social worker by profession. I have all the skills to pursue a career in this profession. So I know that this is where I want to be, because I have understood the job market, I have understood the skill sets, I have understood what are the criteria that I need to be in this particular, in the social development sector. So based on that, there are many criteria that will help you actually understand where do you want to move. The first one being skill sets. What is skill sets? Now it is, in Hindi we say kaushal, or the hunar, or yogyata maybe. So that is, how is it built? It is built with the right kind of knowledge, exposure, and training. And this is what we do at Enable India. How do you develop your skills? With the right, I'm repeating again, because this is very, very important for you to understand. You just don't build your skills overnight, you actually have to have that right kind of knowledge. You have to have the right kind of exposure and the right kind of training to build your skill sets. Second point is the right interest and choice. You have to understand, where are you, what are you interested in, what are your choices, where do you want to, pursue a career. So for example, if you are interested in something technical, you have some, you're very tech freak, and you have interest in technology, that, and there is a job vacancy in let's say retail sector, just help desk executive or something. You can't fit in there, because that's not your choice, or that's not your interest. You have to actually find out your interest for finding out the right job role for yourself. Then expertise. What is the domain expertise that you have? Then comes attitude and confidence. Do you have the confidence? Do you have the right attitude to fit into that sector, to work in that kind of diverse scenario? So, and of all these, your skill sets, your interest choice, your expertise, attitude, of all these, the most important is having the right skill sets. Now, when we say skill sets, for example, communication skills, how do you talk, how do you present yourself, how do you conduct yourself, the kind of communication you have with your let's say your clients, your partners, your business people, or major determinant in shaping up your skill sets. That is communication skills. Another is time management skills. And these are just examples that I'm giving you. Then come decision making skills, problem solving skills, negotiating skills. How do you negotiate a deal? How do you negotiate a contract, or all these deals in the private sector? You have seen it, must be heard stories or seen it in pictures or movies. So these are the skills that you need to have to get into this particular sector. Now, why do you need to have these kind of skills? Because first of all, it will make you efficient and competent and in par with the cited world. Second, it will help you in management. Third, it will also improve your overall confidence and personality. So these are just the major things that I'm talking to you right now, because if we go in detail, then it will need more than 2 hours. We have 2-3 days ka session just on career awareness. So just giving you glimpses, and then we can take it up later in the question answers round. Give me just 1 minute, guys. I'll just sip a bottle, some water. Yeah. Now, let me run you through some, basic job roles. Let's discuss some job roles in detail. So, for example, because here I will talk about the function, the job role, the sector, the company, the role, the description of that role, skills required, qualification required, and who all can get into this. Persons with what kind of disability can get into this. This will give you a fair idea about, what kind of skills and everything is required. So let's discuss, and I will run you through right now through the basic job roles so that it will help you understand it. These are just the first steps that we are taking in helping you understand. First example I would like to share with you is help desk. Now, help desk, when we say, it can be in any sector. You all have seen help desk, if you go to, let's say, Vodafone, this customer care office, or Airtel ka, or anywhere you go, all these big malls and everywhere they have this help desk. They have also it in hotels. They have these help desks in offices. But the job role and the description may vary from one sector or one role to another. Now, when we say help desk, it can be in multiple sectors. There's nothing like, yeah, ऐसे sector में होता है and ये sector में नहीं होगा help desk. No, we all know that it is, it's almost universal. We see help desk in most of the sectors, in most of the companies. So Wipro has hired in this profile from Enable India, the candidates that we have trained. Wipro has hired in this profile under the help desk job role, and the particular job role here is campus recruitment administrator. So when we say campus recruitment administrator is, you must be knowing nowadays all the courses in various universities and colleges, they provide campus placement, right? So this is something related to that. And I'll just give you a description of the entire job role. The description says that you have to attend calls on different queries regarding campus hiring and ensure caller's query is resolved. Else, ask him or her to drop a mail, asking for all the details that the caller or the person is looking forward to. So this is just a very short description, but you need to be, the reason we are giving you the description so that you understand the job role here. And it will vary from the nature of work, from one company to another, the kind of customers they handle, the kind of product they develop and all. And the skills required here is, the major skill required here is listening and comprehension skill, communication, ability to speak for long hours on phone. Now, if you your description, job description is actually calling out very clearly that you have to attend calls on different queries regarding campus hiring, then what is the skill that you need? You need actually to have really, really good communication, really good listening skills, and the ability to spend, to speak for hours on phone to your clients, resolving their issues or addressing their needs. Now, the qualification for this particular function or the role is any degree and disability. A person with low vision or a person with vision impairment can actually get into this job role, and we have already done this. Sorry. Then another function is same. We are talking about help desk. Here we are talking about hospitality sector in particular. So you have seen in hotels, right? Like I said, and the hotels who have actually hired from our pool of candidates are Lemon Tree and Chancery. Now here the job role was customer help desk in a hotel. And the job description in detail here is coordinate with relevant technicians such as electricians, plumbers, etc. to resolve the guest's problem in their room. We all have been to hotels and all, and you see there is somebody in their customer help desk who is actually taking care of all these issues. You know, or all the guests have different requirements. They have different requirements, and if there's some problem in the room, if the TV is not working or something is happening, and the room some they need some extra facilities, then where do they reach out to? They reach out to the customer help desk. And here we have seen that our candidates with SSLC have also got placed with a qualification in SSLC, and persons with low vision have been hired in this profession. Now again, talking about help desk in companies like IBM, Daksh, IBM, Mphasis, and Mphasis have also hired under this profile. Now here the job role is customer support executive under email support. Now here the entire description talks about comprehend the customer's mail and respond accordingly using appropriate templates. Now here the person or the candidate has to have really good reading comprehension skills, like reading between the lines. You need to actually have good computer skills, because your work involves a lot of exchanging of emails, so that you resolve your clients needs and requirements only through email support. And here again the qualification required is degree, bachelor's degree. And we have persons with low vision and complete blindness, people who are totally blind, who have actually taken up this job role. And as I said, companies like IBM, Daksh, Mphasis have hired under this profile. Then moving to accounting. This is another interesting job role. I'm sure most of you are really good with numbers and finance and accounting. So many sectors have actually hired people with persons with vision impairment, who can actually fit into job roles under accounting, under this function of accounting. Companies like Point Tech, Accenture, ANZ Bank, Bajaj Finance, Flex, Goldman Sachs have actually hired in this profile. Now, the job role under this particular function is, the particular job role is accounts executive or accounts assistant. Now, what is the, one second. Now, what is the description of this particular job role? You have to issue invoices, process bills and vouchers from employees, and handles bills from customers of companies to ensure they are paid the correct amount, maintain a balance sheet, and handle bank transactions. So these are the detailed job descriptions that you need to follow under this particular job role. Now the skills required is domain knowledge on accounts. You need to be really efficient in having that domain knowledge under accounts. And you need to actually know how to use Tally. Tally is a software we all know. You actually have to be very efficient in using Tally, and you actually have to be very proficient in basic computer skills, communication skills, and you have to because you need to move around for this, so you need to have independent mobility for this. And basic math skills is very much required here. Basic analytical skills is also required to pursue a career in this particular job role. Now the qualification required is again degree. Here also persons with low vision have been able to carve out a career for themselves. And whatever right now I'm telling you, all these the detailed job roles, they have actually been hired. Persons with vision impairment have actually been hired under this particular job role, this kind of description, with the kind of skills that I'm talking about and the qualification by these companies that I'm calling out. Um, yeah, so under accounting, so we have two more job roles under accounting, and they are accounts executive or accounts assistant, and associate or fixed asset process executive. So here companies like your ANZ Bank again, so Goldman Sachs, 24/7 have hired in this profile. Now what is needed in this particular job role is classify, capitalize, and record fixed asset items and capital, and for bookkeeping, for tax purpose for different countries. Also coordinate with internal and external auditors. Now this sounds heavy, right? Because it's a high profile accounting job role, and you need to actually have a very great skill sets in, you need to have very great attention to detail, analytical skills, and Oracle preferred this kind of companies called Oracle preferred this kind of job role for their for their function. And people with low vision have actually been hired for this particular job role. Now coming to HR also, you see HR in every sector, human resource that we call, you see in most of the sectors, whether it is a private sector, whether it is retail, hospitality, your IT, core IT jobs, wherever you go. Nowadays non-profits also have HRs. So HRs, the companies that have come to us for hiring persons with vision impairment are under HR, Accenture, Allegis, Genetic, Capgemini, Information System, Accenture, Thomson Reuters, VIP People Tech, Wipro. Now they all have hired persons with vision impairment with the right kind of skills and attitude under their function, under their HR function. Now the roles which comes under this particular function is recruiter, or let's say talent acquisition lead, recruitment coordinator, sourcing coordinator, talent acquisition specialist, account lead. So these are various kind of job roles which is available under this HR function for persons with vision impairment. And now the and the skills required, the skills required is communication skills have to be very, very strong. You have seen HR you must have heard stories about HR. They are the focal point. I mean, their communication has to be really fantastic. They need to have really great analytical skills to review large number of resumes and shortlist the right candidates. The HR is the person or the function which actually gets you the right, helps you hire the right people for the organizations. So they see that there is an alignment between the organization's requirements and vision and the person who is applying for jobs. And the qualification required here is again degree, I mean at least a degree. And people who are persons with low vision impairment and who are totally blind have also got jobs under this particular function. Now moving to another function, that is training. Again, you see training, if you want to pursue a career in becoming a trainer or especially in being a training expert, then there are scope in multiple sectors. And companies like Awake, Vishwa Seva Foundation, Enable India, Fiberlink, Indian Association for the Blind, Jharkhand School for Visually Impaired, then LV Prasad Institute, which is in Hyderabad, then Mitra Jyoti, which is again in Bangalore, Emphasis, Samarthanam Trust, Saksham, they have all hired persons who are training experts and who are visually impaired under this particular function. And it's very demanding. It's growing really well, this particular scope in this particular job role. So I'll tell you what are the job roles. It can be a training coordinator, it can be a trainer, it can be a training expert. And the job roles, detailed job roles which is required under this function is coordination, follow up with different teams to understand the training requirements. You need to arrange and require logistics and other things accordingly, depending upon the kind of training that you are handling. And and the skills that is required is coordination skills have to be really, really fantastic. follow-up skills. You need to should be having the ability to understand the requirements of your candidates, and ability to move around. So that's why mobility becomes a major part under training. So unless your candidates see you or understand that you actually can move around independently with the help of your white cane, or all the mobility techniques, then how, unless you know that, you won't be able to impart it, the importance of it, to the candidates. And here also, degree is your qualification. And we have seen that persons with low vision impairment have actually got into training coordinator. Training coordinator is the job role here. Then under training, we have also seen that in BPOs, there are scope for persons who actually want to pursue a career in training. And companies like 24/7, IBM, Daksh have again hired under this profile. Now, the job role here is voice and accent trainer. So, voice, you all understand, right? Voice and accent trainer. And the job description here is training customer facing agents to enhance their skill in enhance this English speaking skills and ensure fluency, grammar, and clarity of thought. So it's all about communication skills. You need to have actually good English skills to identify and identify the requirements and the need to pursue your career in this. And the skills required is ability to identify mistakes and to help correct them, computer skills, English skills, communication skills, ability to work with different teams, and ability to understand customers are the major skills that is required for training function under BPO. And the qualification is degree. Now, people with low vision and completely visually impaired have also got hired under this function. Coming to another interesting and very important, we feel it's very important function is IT accessibility. Now, where all, in what kind of sectors you see this kind of job roles is IT, like who are your IT companies like Accenture, your IBM, then what are the ITES companies, BFSI companies. So companies like Barrier Break, Cognizant, Dex Software Systems, IBM, Emphasis, SAP, Oracle, Sun, ITES, Yahoo, Wipro have actually hired under this particular function. And the job role here is accessibility tester and accessibility consultant. And the job description says you have to ensure that software developed meets the accessibility standards that are defined. It has to be accessible to people with vision impairment. You need to write tests and cases and do thorough testing, to make it accessible, and follow accessibility law using W3CAG standard. Now, there are certain protocols that you need to follow for becoming an IT accessibility expert or an accessibility tester or a consultant. And the skills required here are computer skills. Again, you need to actually have a very strong domain expertise under accessibility. Understand, you need to actually be very proficient in using and understanding screen readers to work on computers. And here the qualification required is diploma. And we have seen our candidates who are persons with low vision and who are persons with total blindness have also got jobs under this particular function. Now, this is what the reason I ran you through this is because it will give you a comprehensive understanding, a big picture of what we are trying to do. And when we say roles and scope in private sector, it's not something very easy. We cannot get into it because we want to get into it, because because okay, mujhe interest hai private sector mein kaam karne ka, so I'll get into it. So that doesn't happen like this. You need to actually understand the role. You need to actually develop that particular skill sets that is required in this role, and need to actually have some kind of qualification to pursue a career in this particular job role. So that's why I have actually tried my best to run you through the entire comprehensive list. And these are just very few job roles that I have ran you through. What best we can do is, because we don't have much time, so in our we have a learning academy platform. It is called Enable Academy. Enable Academy, we will put it in the chat box for all of you, or maybe Uma can share the link with all of you. So we have a detailed jobs compendium there, where you see the, like, there you can filter jobs as per disability, functions, sector, qualification, and then carry on your search. And it will give you, like I ran you through the entire comprehensive list, it will run you through 291 job roles mapped to 11 disabilities across 22 sectors and 35 functions. So, and this is for 11 disabilities I'm talking about. And if you want to actually know about scopes for persons with vision impairment, then there are 183 job roles, and you will get in the same link. You just have to choose the right kind of disability. Like if you're actually wanting to know the scope for persons with vision impairment, then you have to go to the filter box, and it is all there, like low vision, for visually impaired, for hard of hearing, hearing impaired, physical disability. So we will share the link with you after this, after after the completion of this session, and you can just go through it, because this is vast, this is very extensive, and if you want to understand something, you need to go through it step by step. Now there is another scope also, and this is very interesting. This is for persons like only girls, basically the VI girls, the visually impaired girls, who are interested in having a career in health and wellness sector. So this is called this project is first time we have in at Enable India. We have started it first time last year, and we are training 10 girls, 10 visually impaired girls who want to pursue a career in health and wellness sector. Now, what is this training about? It trains women with vision impairment as medical tactile examiners, training them as a skilled expert to diagnose early breast cancer detection. I'll repeat it because this is first time and we are all hearing it for the first time. So there is a new scope for girls, for the visually impaired girls who are interested in having a career in health and wellness sector. And this particular training is about training the girls as medical tactile examiners who would become skilled experts to diagnose early breast cancer detection. Now, the educational background that you need to have to pursue this particular training is 12th pass, and people who are these girls should also be having some basic knowledge about computers and English. That's the major criteria. So you can pass on this information. Any girl who would like to pursue the career in health and wellness sector can actually look explore this particular training also, explore this particular area also. Now I would also like to run you through some game changer jobs, and one second. So when we say Enable India has opened up 183 job roles for persons with vision impairment, we call them game changer jobs. Reason being, because they are not very, they are not the regular kind. You actually feel, you'll actually would like to know more about these job roles because they are very unusual. They are not the regular kind. So I'll run you through them again. Run you through them in detail. So Cornelius is one of our candidates, and he's from Meghalaya. He's from a village in Meghalaya. He's completely blind, and he has joined the training. As he wanted to at Enable India, as he wanted to mark his career in the IT sector. And presently, he's working as a spam desk executive at Rediff. His job involves looking through huge list of mails blocked by spam filters and to decide whether to mark them as spam or not spam. That's why he's the spam desk executive. And for the same, he needs to be very, very quick on internet tools. He needs to be, fatafat se ekdam karna hai, very efficient, very competent in handling internet tools. And he has to process, you will be surprised to know, he has to process roughly about 100 mails per day. Imagine, hum log kabhi kabhi after going through 5-10 mails in a day, we are like tired. Oh my god, so many mails you have to answer, and so many mails to attend. But this particular person, Cornelius, our former candidate who works as a spam desk executive, actually processes roughly about 100 mails per day. And another surprising thing is the turnout time per mail is just 5 to 10 seconds. Can you imagine the kind of efficiency that is required for this particular job? And very proud to say that he's a person with complete blindness, and he has actually improved his skills so much that he's now more capable and more skilled than his as compared to his sighted colleagues. And the solution that he reads and that he uses for this particular handling his job is screen reader. I hope you all must be knowing we have two kind of major screen readers, JAWS and NVDA. So he uses screen reader as his solution. And the skill that actually makes him very efficient in his job role is accuracy, speed, and eye for details. Speed he has, can you imagine if the turnout time for each mail is 5 to 10 seconds, then you actually, it's very, it's such a profound thing to know. It's such surprising to know the kind of speed or the efficiency this person must be having in handling his job. The second is a very bright lady. Her name is Ilamati. She's also a former candidate. She's a young girl from Tamil Nadu, a late blind, and she started actually to lose her vision at the peak of her career while actually working with Wipro. And she had to go through a process of relearning because of late blindness. So today she works at Cargill Services, which is a bank, which is in Bangalore, and her job role is very interesting. It is called firefighter auditor. Now her role involves managing critical data of the organization, handling large log files, and verifying accuracy of engineer actions. Sounds heavy, right? But this is what she does, and I'm very proud to talk about her success. So having said that, the errors in this task have high client impact, and the performance criteria is nothing less than 100% accuracy. So can you imagine the kind of pressure and the kind of capabilities that is required, because they're asking, the job role only demands 100% accuracy. And so imagine the kind of how capable and how skilled she is. So her solution is also, the solution that she uses is also screen reader. And the basic skills are the most important skills that she needs to have for her job role is ability to make quick decisions, data management, and handling escalations. So another interesting story is about Mahindra. Now Mahindra is totally blind by birth, and he belongs to Tamil Nadu and comes from a very protective, overprotective background. And so his family has been very overprotective most of the times earlier. This is, we're talking about earlier times, and presently, but he's working as a recruiter. Like we talked about this role, particularly under the HR function. So he's working right now as a recruiter in Allegis. Now at Allegis, this is a recruitment firm. He works for a US night shift process, and the job involves multiple job portals, understanding client requirements, and sending right candidates and fitting that particular role. The solution that he uses is screen reader, and the skills required are, you need to actually be multitasking, and that's what Mahindra does. And he adapts to new processes. You need to have attention to detail. Again, speed and accuracy are non-negotiable here. You need to actually have very great communications skills and ability to understand the accent, because he's working with the US night shift. That's what his job role demands, and client interfacing skills. Moving to another interesting story, and he's Habib. Habib is from northern Karnataka. He's totally blind from birth and have had a very high aptitude in the technical field. Like he was very passionate about pursue his career in technical field. And however, coming from the background with arts, he has done his graduation in arts. Hubby is a boy with vision impairment, and proved that even after coming from a background having bachelor degrees in arts, and at the same time having great interest in pursuing a career in technical field, he has actually carved out a career for himself in the IT sector by working towards his goal. Now Habib is presently working as in Cisco as a network engineer, and he's a Cisco certified network engineer and has worked very hard to get on power with his colleagues at Cisco. His work primarily involves managing servers in different locations across the globe and working with clients overseas and do a lot of troubleshooting. The skills that Habib uses to get his job done is server management, domain knowledge, client interfacing, multitasking, speed and efficiency at the same time. Now we have, I'll just run you through a few more interesting stories. Ratnamma is a low vision by birth, and she's from Bangalore. She was also a former candidate. She's currently working as appointment scheduler with Fortis Hospital. Like, if you remember when I told you that these many job roles can be, explored under various sectors, healthcare and all. So this particular lady is working as an appointment scheduler with Fortis Hospital. Her work as an appointment scheduler involves handling 300 to 400 calls per day with a turnaround time of approximately 2 minutes per call. So, my God, this is something really, very great to know that people with such efficiency and can work in this particular job role. And she fixes appointments for patients. That's her one of the major JD. And she maintains reports and understands and handles critical situations. And the solutions that she uses is magnifiers and screen reader. Skills that she has is high attention to detail, presence of mind, efficiency in taking notes, handling pressure and in emergency situations, speed and accuracy, ability to probe and ask for details, patience, calm tone while speaking. Now this calm tone while speaking, this comes primarily under your communication skills, because she's an appointment scheduler and she has to directly communicate and interact with clients. So can you see the sharpness of the job details here? There's such details that you need to take care of while performing a job role. Then let's Rajneesh is a low vision from North India, and he has completed his bachelor's in engineering from IIT Kanpur and has strived hard to build his technical aptitude. He is currently working with IBM as an accessibility tester. His work involves handling many devices, products related to accessibility, testing websites and softwares, generating reports, researching about accessibility solutions across technologies on a project requirement basis. And the solutions that he uses are magnifiers and screen reader. Now the skill required to become an accessibility tester like Rajneesh, who is currently working with IBM, are being updated on the latest technology, report writing, being solution oriented, good written and spoken communication, good screen reader knowledge. Now another story, just few more stories, because I think they are very, in order to understand the job roles and the scope, you need to actually know the stories and how people have come from different parts of the country, have actually built up their skills and capabilities, and now actually are successfully pursuing their careers. So we have another story, and he's called Selva Kumar. He's totally blind by birth and comes from Madurai. So the place that he has come from doesn't have much awareness and opportunities about visually impaired. But rising above the situation, Selva Kumar presently works as a customer support executive at Practo. So we had discussed about the detailed job role under help desk support executive. So this is one of the stories. His job role involves toggling between web applications, handling appointments, customer queries, maintaining reports, and the solution that he uses is screen reader. skills needed in this particular job role are multitasking, having a good communication skill, again speed and accuracy, client interfacing skills, presence of mind, and effective note taking. Suprita, I am very proud to always talk about her. Suprita is totally blind and works with IBM as a team lead in MIS. Her job involves dealing with huge data running across the thousands of rows and columns of Excel workbooks, generating reports of senior management to take decisions on businesses, and dealing with complex requirements. And the solution that she uses is Screen Reader. Skills required for this particular team job role, which is team lead in MIS, is visualizing skills and error prevention, attention for details, speed and accuracy, and really good decision making skills. So these are some of the job roles that I wanted to know you through the persons who are actually pursuing it, and they all are doing incredibly well in their career. They are earning well. They are actually being able to contribute to their family income, and the recent analysis of our work of the last 2 decades have shown that 85% of our, more than 85% of our trained candidates have actually been able to constantly and very well are supporting their family income, and they're all independent now, and they have actually been able to provide education for their next generation. For example, the first story that I told you about, Cornelius, who's from Meghalaya, he's actually always proud to share that with his good income, he's now being able to support and sponsor the education of his nephews and nieces. And another sometimes I feel really proud to say that Ratnamma, who we were just talking about, and she belongs to a village, and they never had a separate bathroom and washroom. So with her income, she was the first one in her village to build a bathroom, just next to, for her family. So these are all, they may sound very small, but they are very empowering at the same time for people who are actually being able to do it after overcoming barriers of isolation, barriers of overprotectiveness of the family, or barriers of lack of awareness. And if they're remotely located, sometimes you don't even get to know what are the opportunities or the scope available in the outside world, in the external world. So they all have come a long way, and these are just some of the inspiring stories that we have shared with you. And so before ending, I would like to tell you that if you want to know more about more about the trainings that Enable India has, and if anything, any discussion that you would like to have with us, or any questions that you have which is related to vision impairment, we have a help desk, the helpline number, which is called iWay, and the number, I will put it in the chat box. It is 1800-532-0469. And this is everything and anything, and you can ask everything and anything about vision impairment through this by dialing this number. This is a toll-free number. If you have any queries related to your trainings, to your education, you want some guidance and counseling, you want to understand, you want to know some information about pension or counseling service or social security, anything, and that's what I'm saying, anything and everything with related to vision impairment can be addressed in this number. The number is we attend the calls from Monday to Friday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. and you can call anytime between this number. In case the call goes unanswered, you will get a call back from the same number. So I would like to end my session saying that this was just a trailer. Like in every films we have seen a teaser, pehle se aa jata hai na, thoda sa dialogues, gana, and showing the faces of the actors and the actresses or the characters. So this was just a teaser. This is just a trailer. To know the entire film, you will actually have to, go a long way. You will actually have to understand many other things, maybe through trainings, or you can reach out to us through in our iWay number, to actually build up your knowledge base and your, add something to your learning bank, and then proceed further to pursue a career. And I would like to end saying that the first step towards getting somewhere is to decide that you are not going to stay where you are. So today, you have to consider that in case you are interested in pursuing a career in whatever sector, that this is the first step today you are taking towards reaching your goal in in pursuing your career. So I hope this helped you in some way or the other, and we can take up your question answers now. And I wish you all the very best for your bright future. You can always reach out to us on the iWay number, that is 1800-532-0469, and we will always be there in case you need our help in training, in career guidance, or any other things that I said related to vision impairment. We will always be there to support you. And I'm sure people like Uma Shankar, they are all change agents. In fact, I would call them change agents who are actually driving this entire wonderful initiative of spreading awareness and sensitizing people and letting them know that this is also possible, and these are the opportunities available. So thank you, Uma, so much, and thank you everyone, and wish you all great future and good luck for the coming days. So we can start our question answers round. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ritu. I mean, the 1.5 hour time was very empowering, and it is quite interesting to know a lot of stories, and there were quite a lot of things which I didn't know before, and made me excited about the career that I want to choose. So yeah, we'll go with the Q&A session now. So try raising your hands, and we'll unmute yourself. So if you have any questions regarding anything. Yes, before starting up with the Q&A, I have my own question, Ritu.
Yeah. 1 second before that, before I forget, Uma, I'm just putting the link in the chat box for Jobs Compendium, which I was saying, which has an extensive details of all the job roles across 14 disabilities. I'm just putting that right now in the chat box so that you have that in your record, and
Yes.
everybody can use that. I'm also putting iWay helpline number before we get on to the session. Yeah, you can continue. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So I mean, we were talking about those 183 job roles, especially for visually impaired, and in ranging from a lot of sectors and different functions and all. So, but the one of the biggest complaints we always get when we talk about private sectors is I mean, people who are hiring, employers who are hiring visually impaired are so rigid about hiring total blinds. So, I mean, I've been to a couple of expos, career expos in Hyderabad here. So everywhere they're like, if you are a partial blind, you're welcome. But if you're not, if you're total blind,
I can completely understand, Uma. So what we do at Enable India is we also work with the entire ecosystem here. I completely agree. You must have had these experiences. I'm not denying it. At the same time, I just want you to say that at Enable India, we are working with the entire ecosystem. It's not that we are just training candidates. We are also at the same time sensitizing companies, corporates, and that's why in our list, we have actually, we are in partnership with 700 plus companies. So we actually conduct workshops with them, which is called disability awareness workshops, where we actually talk about in detail to them about the particular kind of disabilities and the kind of solutions required to hire that particular person into this into any particular kind of job role. So we do this kind of homework, we do our background work before companies come to us for hiring. So there's a lot of background work which goes into not only prepare the candidates become job ready, but also helps the employers understand the candidates, understand the disability, accept it, and also help them. We also help them to get the right solution, so that they, they create a support system in hiring the persons with total blindness also. And we do have, I think Venkatesh, you are one of our candidates, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, which course you are in?
Advanced employability, last batch.
Right, you were in the last batch, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
March.
March batch, yeah. So
Yeah.
I think he would also be able to tell you that we do try our best to see that all our candidates are hired. At the same time, I'm Uma, I must say that we do a lot of background work in preparing the employers also. I know there is a rigid, there must be some some limitations what you're talking about, but from our end at Enable India, we actually take a lot of effort in making the
Hello.
employers aware and sensitized to this particular thing, and therefore we are actually seeing a really positive response from the employers. Yes. Yeah, I think somebody's saying
Ma'am, Venkatesh here.
yeah, Venkatesh, go ahead.
Hello.
Ma'am, I have a question.
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, now I'm working with Barrier Break as an
Yes.
accessibility tester. Recently, I got that.
Great.
Actually, my hello.
Congratulations.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.
Actually, my question is that I have an aspiration. I want to be a HR at any MNC companies, but I get into IT sector as an accessibility tester. Now I want, shall I leave my aspiration as an HR and I continue with this accessibility tester?
So you want to pursue your career as an accessibility tester, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So Venkat, for all these things, I think the right person, I might not give you all the answers right now, right at this point of time, but I think it will be really helpful if you can go ahead and have a discussion with, Anisha, Anisha ma'am, right?
Okay, okay, ma'am.
Anisha and Narendra. The reason
Yeah, ma'am.
everybody's, understanding, let me see. Narendra is an accessibility expert at Enable India, and he would be the best person to guide you. So right
Hello.
now, I can't give you all the
Hello.
answers, bang on, but I will definitely help you out in reaching out to the persons.
Now I'm very happy with the accessibility tester. I'm just asking that question. That's all, ma'am.
Okay, so definitely you can, provided you should be having the right skills. What we mentioned, Venkatesh, you should be having a domain knowledge and right skills, and you actually should start reading about it more. If you want to pursue a career in HR, then you should actually get in. Why don't you, I'll connect you to my HR person who is an expert at Enable India, and she will be guiding you, to understand the field better. So that's what we talked initially, right? If you have aspirations, you want to pursue your career, how will you bridge that gap? With the right kind of information and awareness, correct? So you need to reach out to the right person who will actually help you look, through the, help you actually get a clear perspective in case maybe
I will reach out to Usha ma'am or Navya ma'am.
Navya ma'am, yeah, definitely. I think that's the right way. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Venkatesh. Guys, please be a little more cooperative and try to raise your hands if you want to ask any question, but please don't unmute yourself while someone else talking.
I think some Shivanarayan or somebody was.
Yeah, Nikhil.
Shivanarayan, I think you were asking something right now. I can see you are on mute. Your video is on though.
No, ma'am, I'm Nikhil, ma'am.
Yeah, hi Nikhil. Tell me.
Ma'am, you have said the number, ma'am. 1800.
Nikhil, your voice is breaking.
Ma'am, you have said number, ma'am.
That is a helpline number, Nikhil. Okay. It is 1800 532 0469.
532
0469.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
All right.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Anybody else?
Hello.
Yes, who's
Hello.
that?
Hello.
Yes,
Yes.
you're audible.
Hello. This is
Shivnarayan.
Narayana.
Yes. Tell
Hello.
me, sir.
Narayana. Hello.
Yes, sir. Go ahead, please.
You're audible.
Ma'am, I'm speaking from Vizag.
Okay.
Madam, I completed BSc BEd,
Mm-hmm.
but how can I apply above said jobs?
So, Shivnarayan ji, if you want some
Yeah.
career guidance, if you want some career guidance, please reach out to this particular number. Our counselor will help you out in, because it will take some time to understand your requirements. You know, what are your background, what is the skill sets
Madam,
that you have. So
madam,
you
what
have,
are the
sorry,
number, madam?
yeah. So the number is 1800
1800
532
532
0469.
0469, madam.
And this is a toll-free number for everyone's information.
Madam,
Yeah.
once again, I will repeat, madam. 1800
Yes.
532
Yes.
0469.
Yes. Correct. 1800 532 0469. It's a toll-free number, sir. You can call anytime from Monday to Friday from 10 a.m. till 5 p.m.
All right, Naresh, if you can unmute yourself and ask a question.
Good evening, ma'am. My name is Naresh.
Hi.
Hello. Ma'am, actually I completed BTech, ma'am.
Sorry.
After completion, I completed BTech, ma'am.
Okay.
After completion of BTech, after 1 year, I got RP, retinitis pigmentosa. My vision will be lost, ma'am.
Okay.
Now I'm low vision.
Okay.
Now, what type of jobs I will have, ma'am? I'm a technical background. I'm from ECE.
Yes. So what I said in technical background, like there are many options, scope available. There's a scope there. There can be, you can be accessibility tester. There can be, network engineers. We have placed persons as vision impairment as network engineers. So what you can do is, again, I would tell you, Naresh, reach out to this number. They will help you. They will take, few sessions with you. They will talk to you in detail, try to find out what you can do. And if you want to pursue your career, if you want to get a training at Enable India under employability or digital literacy, so you can always reach out to us on this number, and they will tell you about the right time to, about the right time, about the trainings, and in case there is a vacancy anywhere, they might actually help you, connect to them. So you have to reach out to this particular number, the IWay number.
Okay, ma'am. Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Naresh. Galaxy A6 Plus. Can you unmute yourself and ask a question?
Sir?
Yes, Mr.
Yes.
Galaxy. Your name,
Hello.
please?
My name is Balaji.
Balaji. Hi, Balaji. Tell me, please.
Hi. I have completed my graduation.
Okay.
I'm a dropout from IIT Patna. I know backend technologies like Node.js. Have you heard?
Sorry, backend technology?
Like Node.js
No,
and
I'm not aware about it, but you please go ahead with your question.
yeah, backend programming. It's a programming language.
Okay, okay.
Is there any jobs in that sector?
So, for everyone's information, there is a proper procedure that we all follow. Unless we have some trained candidates, we can't reach out to the corporates, and they will, or the companies, and we will not know about the vacancies. So you will have to maybe reach out to the IWay number or to the customer candidate support team, the candidate support team at Enable India, so that they will register your name and will take your requirements and maybe place you at the right, the right place. I mean, they will help you connect with the right people. In case there is a vacancy anywhere, in case there is a training scope anywhere, in case they see any alignment with your requirements and the company's requirements, then they will help you get into the right place. For this technology thing, there is a DQ. There's a organization called DQ. You can Google that, and of course you can reach out to our IWAY for more information. Because the reason I'm all to all of you, I'm giving you this number is your questions cannot be answered or cannot be addressed just with today's thing. It will take a series of discussions to understand your requirements and where we actually, how and where we can actually help you out. So that's why it's better to reach out to this number.
Guys, before moving on to the next questions, if you have questions like this, I mean, you have a doubt about your career thing, like Ritu said, you can directly contact IWAY number. I mean, that will make your that will make the process even
because
more.
They will. The reason I'm saying is they will connect you to the right team or the department that actually takes care of your requirements. So
exactly. So if you have any other questions other than trying to know the right career for you, please raise your hand. So Akhil, if you have anything else to ask, you can unmute yourself and ask.
No, ma'am has given already my answer. So
Wonderful. So Kriya,
and I would also request everyone to go through, before you reach out to this number, go through the link that I have shared in the chat box. That is the jobs compendium link. First, try to get an understanding of the kind of possibilities there, and then maybe you can that will help you sharpen your question, and you can actually build up on that then.
Yeah, so we'll also share the link along with the IWAY phone number on the registered mail IDs. So no problem with that. So Priya, can you unmute yourself and talk if you have any questions? Hey Kriya. All right, Manikanta, you can unmute yourself and ask your question.
Hello, this is Manikanta, ma'am.
Hi, Manikanta.
You have listed some placements, right? So to get any these placements, is it compulsory to do training in Enable India?
So basically, it's not compulsory. It depends on what kind of career you want to have. If you want to actually work in the IT sector or you definitely need to have a digital literacy training, computer training, and that is what we give at Enable India, and that's our core strength. And we also do give employability training, skill advancement employability training. So that actually helps you sharpen your entire skill sets. It helps you to improve your communications, your overall personality. We have seen people become so independent with the training, so it actually builds you up. So that's why these trainings are important. If in case you want to know more again about the trainings, talk to our IWAY counselor. They will help you out, and there are various trainings. I just told you 2 major trainings. Under digital literacy, we have various trainings. We have trainings under orientation to computers, fundamentals of computers, foundation course in computers and employability. We have trainings on advanced and basics of Outlook, meeting tools, online meeting tools. We have trainings on advanced and basic Excels. So there are various trainings, and you need to actually talk to the IWAY counselor to understand where you fit in case you want to go ahead with the training. And having said that, for everyone's information, the trainings at Enable India are completely free of cost. We don't charge anything for the trainings at Enable India. So you can join there will be a proper procedure for, you have to go through certain interviews and all to get into the training. There will be proper screenings. But in case you don't want to go with the training and you have some specific questions, please reach out to the IWAY number, and they will definitely help you out.
All right, so I think we'll end the session here. So thank you so much, Ritu, for joining with us today, and extremely sorry for bothering you for the last 1 month.
No, my pleasure. I really enjoyed today talking to so many young people, and I wish them all the very best. And anytime I said, please reach out to us on our IWAY number, and they will help you out to take care of your queries more efficiently, and make you solve your problems also. And good luck to all of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Ritu. So I hope all of you had some productive and interesting time today. So thank you so much, all of you, for joining with us. We'll share the feedback form in the group along with the link that Ritu was talking about, and the IWay contact number. So thank you so much, everybody. This is Uma Shankar from Voice of VIP signing out.